Welcome to today's Explainer. For any growing enterprise, expanding your digital footprint across borders isn't just some vanity milestone. It's a critical phase of real digital transformation. Today, we're extracting some incredible insights from a comprehensive SoftWin article to show exactly how your technology stack and your strategy have to align. We want to build a seamless global revenue stream, not accidentally alienate your target audience.
Picture this. Your business is scaling rapidly, and suddenly foreign inquiries start hitting a website that was never engineered for that specific market. What's the typical reflexive boardroom reaction? Hey, let's just automate it. Let's just translate the site. You deploy a translation plugin and assume the technology is going to handle the rest. But the data shows an immediate, massive friction point. International visitors arrive, they experience this completely disjointed interface, and they bounce instantly.
So we have to ask ourselves, why does this seemingly efficient, automated shortcut quietly underdeliver? Well, according to SoftWin's analysis, most companies are deploying technology to solve the wrong problem entirely. They look at expansion as a literal language barrier, when in reality, the true bottleneck is a lack of localized digital context.
Today, we are going to break down a highly strategic blueprint for global scaling. We'll cover the translation trap, why translation is not localization, the hidden technical layer, building the trust layer, and finally, a smart rollout strategy.
Let's jump right into Section 1, the translation trap.
Reaching international clients requires a flawlessly seamless digital experience, much more than simply swapping out words. When a UI reads like a robotic script fed through a basic algorithm, the entire user experience just crumbles. It feels clunky, it feels impersonal, and frankly, nobody wants to buy premium enterprise solutions from a brand that sounds like a malfunctioning droid. It completely ignores the human element that actually drives conversion.
Which brings us to Section 2, translation is not localization.
This is a real game changer right here, and a critical distinction that dictates global success. Translation is merely surface-level text processing. A basic translation layer gives you mechanical conversion. But true localization? That means your digital architecture dynamically adapts. It automatically serves the right currency, dates map directly to local conventions. Your regional landing pages automatically feature localized case studies, and even your calls to action are culturally optimized for maximum performance.
SoftWin highlights a super vital data point here. A page that reads as obviously translated sends a subtle yet incredibly damaging market signal. It literally tells enterprise prospects that you haven't truly invested in their ecosystem. For B2B buyers where trust and reliability are the absolute foundation of the sale, that fragmented first impression is so costly to undo. If a brand won't engineer a native experience, buyers simply aren't going to trust them with their business.
Moving beneath the surface, we have Section 3, the hidden technical layer.
A flawless cultural adaptation means absolutely nothing if your underlying routing infrastructure is broken. Enter the hreflang tag. This is a critical piece of HTML code that tells search engines exactly which regional version of a page to show a specific searcher. If you skip this automated routing, search engines might serve your English homepage to a prospect in Berlin, completely bypassing the perfectly optimized German asset sitting right there on your servers. That is an entirely unforced technical failure.
Also, your URL architecture essentially dictates your operational scale. You have three primary structural choices. First, subdirectories. Think example.com/d. These offer streamlined management and shared domain authority. Second, subdomains, like d.example.com, which provide isolated environments for independent regional teams. And finally, country code domains, example.d. These deliver the most powerful local market signal, but they demand the heaviest operational overhead, typically reserved for really high-end enterprise deployments.
Beyond the URLs, your underlying metadata requires intelligent, strategic mapping. Title tags, descriptions, alt text, they all demand localized, data-driven keyword research. Search behaviors just don't translate linearly, right? A prospect in France navigates digital queries fundamentally differently than someone in the US. Your metadata has to be engineered for local search intent, not just scraped from a dictionary.
Now for Section 4, building the trust layer.
Once the tech is sorted, international buyers need undeniable verification that your solution operates flawlessly in their specific market. You engineer this through embedded regional trust signals. We're talking localized case studies, displaying local compliance markers and security certifications. It requires native payment integrations so users aren't calculating exchange rates on the fly, and of course, genuine local contact info. Individually, these are minor UI updates, but combined, they create a high-trust digital environment that proves you are a serious, permanent regional player.
Finally, Let's look at Section 5, a smart rollout strategy.
The absolute fastest way to burn resources is a spray and pray deployment across a dozen languages all at once. The assumption that sheer volume equals market penetration is a total myth. A wide, shallow rollout just fractures your digital experience, resulting in several half-baked, mediocre interfaces that actually degrade your brand equity. It stretches your automation and your human teams way too thin.
So SoftWin outlines a high-performance deployment sequence instead. Step 1. Identify your target markets using hard demand data. Step 2. Engineer that technical foundation. Lock down the hreflang and URLs. Step 3. Prioritize professional localization for your high-stakes money and legal pages first. Step 4. Plug in those regional trust signals. And Step 5. Scale sequentially. Dominate a small set of markets first, because focused execution beats a fractured global launch every single time.
Ultimately, scaling a corporate website isn't about padding a language drop-down menu. It is about engineering a seamless digital experience that proves absolute competence and reliability in a foreign market. So look at your own digital infrastructure today. Is your brand signaling a powerful, secure investment in a new territory, or are you just relying on a cheap browser plugin and hoping for the best? In today's fast-paced digital economy, your buyers already know the difference. The real question is, what are you going to do about it?